Okay, hey everybody, this is Miss Weber. We're going to have our lesson today for portfolio. Um, just wanted to make sure that I let everybody know this one's going to be a little bit different, and I think it may be different from now on. We're going to be working through our Moodle site. So, first things first, I'm going to have you go to, as you see right here, the www.thetechcenter.org, which that comes up if you click on Internet Explorer. It should be the first thing that comes up. From there, we will be going to Moodle, which you'll see Moodle as a very small little piece of writing up underneath the search bar on the right-hand side. We'll get into it from there. But since everybody has their paperwork turned in, they should be all set to get on. So what we're going to do once we get in, we're going to go to today's lesson or activity, which is on verbs and their tenses. Okay, so we're going to try to get there, and I'll have you pause right now. Okay, now that everybody's in, here are our learning targets for today. The students will know what a verb is and their tenses. Tenses are when they happened. They will also know and be able to talk about the skills they do in their classroom lab. So we're going to make a writing about this skill for your portfolio. You're going to know what actions someone must do for a successful job interview or to keep themselves on a job. We call those our career and employability skills. Also, some people just say like the red folder, and you guys do that all the time, but I want to get you to understand a little bit more about them. And then lastly, you're going to grade yourself on those career and employability skills and how you showed them during class. So onward we go. So if you were to think about it right now, a lot of people, they have forgotten what a verb is. Well, a verb is an action that a noun, which is a person, place, or thing, does. So something that somebody can physically see a person, place, or thing do. So can you think of actions that you do or you have done in your classroom that you've learned to do so far in your major class? I want you to think for about 2 minutes. Try to think of 3. Okay, and you can pause this right now. So as you probably noticed, you have learned some skills. Some people have been making wreaths, some people have been baking cookies, making icing, some people have been cleaning bathrooms, washing windows. So we've all been doing different things. We've been doing actions. Well, now you need to know what in the world a tense is and how that works with verbs. Because a verb tense tells you when something happened, so when an action was performed. So actions can have endings added to them to tell when they happened. So we can take a verb, add an ending to it, and it tells us when that verb happened. So, for example, past tense, you would add an ed to the end of a verb. So, I sawed, okay? So saw plus ed makes it past tense, the wood into pieces. I torqued, okay? Torque plus ed makes it past tense, the bolts on the tire. Now we could, if we want to have something be in the present tense or in a very not so long ago past, we'd add an s or an ing to the end of the verb. So we, for example, we were washing, okay, so wash and ing, okay, to make washing cars in the garage. I am washing, okay, so that's still that ing. But look, it could also be this. She washes the car. So an s or an es to the end. So I want you to practice with this and see if you can get these right. I want you to think about how would I change the word clean if I want to put it into the past tense. Please go down this list and then see if you've gotten it. And when you've done, hit pause. Okay, now it's time to check and see how well you did. So, the past tense of clean would be cleaned. Okay, the verb clean plus an ed ending creates cleaned. Okay, if I want to have the present tense of wipe, I'd have wipe, and of course I don't ever keep the E on when I'm going to add an ing. I take it off. So it looks like whip, but it's not. Okay, and then ing. Okay, past tense of wash. It would become, especially to fit in this sentence, we wouldn't say she washing the dishes. Okay, so of course past tense is the ed. Now present tense, would we use the word washing in this sentence? No, washes makes more sense. So in this sentence we would use that. Now the last one, past tense of wax. The correct answer would be waxed. Wax, that verb, plus an ed ending to make it past tense. Very good. Now, when you go out to a job interview, there are actions you must do in order to make a good impression. Okay? So these are all verbs that you must do for a good impression at a job interview. Okay? You must arrive on time. Arrive is a verb. You must be prepared with a resume or completed application. Be prepared is a verb. You must use proper and professional language when you speak. Okay, use and speak are both verbs. You should show your enthusiasm in your body language. Show is a verb, and dress professionally, and dress is a verb. So we are living verbs. We have to show actions all the time. It's basically human nature. So did you know that your career and employability skills, the things in your red book, these are things that we want you to show. These are things that we want to see in actions from our students. And we want to give you these skills and get you practicing them because career and employability, the whole root of that, employability, that means able to get a job. We want you to get a job. So in order to be able to get a job, you need to follow directions. Following directions means doing the steps asked or required of you. You need to show initiative, which initiative is effort or motivation, this internal drive or this push that you have to do something to the best of your ability or on your own. Dependability is the ability to be trusted by someone. Okay, it's also being able for someone to do something on their own. If someone is giving them a direction, does somebody have to be there at their elbow? No, a dependable person can work without somebody being their shadow. It also means that you can repeat the correct actions every time without somebody having to watch you. And lastly, professional behavior is just acting how you must in different situations and places. Think about a teacher, for example. A teacher who is a real professional will not go into a workplace dressed in an outfit that is extremely revealing. That is not professional. How would you show that you would be professional in your classroom? Would you adhere to safety standards? Would you make sure that there is no possible sexual harassment going on? All of those are examples of being professional. Okay, everybody, so that was some great practice. Now what I'm going to have you we're going to do our portfolio writing assignment, which is major skill number 1. I'm saying about 30 minutes I'm going to give you to work on this, which I really think now that we've had some practice, and also because you know it's my expectation that we're not looking to take the full 30 minutes. We're hoping to get people faster at completing these. But just to let you know, we're going to be writing about a skill you've been performing in your major class. In this writing, you'll be talking about what you showed in the lab when you were practicing or doing this skill. And when I say what you showed, we're talking about those career and employability skills, people. We're talking about how did you show you followed directions? How did you behave professionally? How did you show effort or initiative? How did you show dependability, that you could be trusted or that you could work on your own? So Just as any other time we've been in here, I want you to go to the bottom left corner and proceed to the start button. You should know the procedures for doing this, but please hit pause right now and begin opening your student file. Okay, so just to let you guys know, just to clarify some things, okay, these are the sentences that are on your template. Okay, it'll say in blank class at the Kent Transition Center. Okay, what I would want you to put in the blank is the name of the class, which if it's the name of a class, a name of a specific class, it is a proper noun. It needs to be capitalized. And then I learned how to, and we're going to put down the name of the activity here. Okay? Now, when it comes to the sentences about the career and employability skills, we're going to say when I was, and it's going to be the same as activity as what was up here at the I learned how to. We're going to put the activity in here. I showed, and then there's that career and employability skill by, and I want an example. What did you do when you were out there in that lab learning that skill? Okay? How did you show you're dependable? How did you show you could be trusted? When you were doing that activity, how did you show that you were giving effort? When you were in there doing that activity, how did you follow directions? Okay? Now, the part that gets confusing for most people is the weakness part. Okay? When I say weakness, I don't mean like, oh, I couldn't lift something. I mean, what was something that you struggled to learn? Something that did not come easy to you. You had to try it over and over and over again, and maybe you still struggle with it right now. But that's what I mean by weakness. Now, a strength, on the other hand, is completely opposite. A strength is something you did right from the first time. Please explain it to me. Okay, hit pause and begin working on your assignment. Okay, and since you're still in your Moodle, I want you at this time, you'll be participating in a discussion board on a topic. Okay, the subject of the post is about body language, and when you reply to it, I want the subject of your post to be your name and then body language response. Okay, I want you to write a response to the question that's given to you. Okay, so if you get done early, I want you to play the typing game for a little bit, okay? Which is on the desktop, what you see, usually that big blue screen, and it's going to be a purple T down, usually on the left-hand side, maybe towards the bottom, but just look for a purple T. Okay, hit pause. Okay, so as you learned, or as you talked, body language means a lot. Your body can convey a message to people. It can say, am I cranky? Do you think somebody's stupid? Are you being impatient? Body language says a lot. The closer you are to somebody, the more comfortable you are. If you give good eye contact, you're showing respect. If your arms are crossed, it might mean you're uncomfortable or you're strict. If you have arms crossed and feet shoulder width apart, maybe you're trying to be tough. Hands on hips, impatient. Hands clenched, maybe you're irritated or angry. But do not ever tap your foot. It shows that you're wondering, like maybe you're impatient or you're nervous. So not a good thing to do. But it's also very, very important to give a good handshake. Okay? You should stand up to meet your interviewer. Your handshake should be firm and not limp, and strong but not crushing. Please click here to watch a video. Click pause, please. Okay, we're in the last 5 to 10 minutes of class. You need to give yourself your career and employability grades in your red folder. You need to write your journal response, which you need to answer one of these questions. Okay, if you were to do better at one of the career and employability skills, it would be what? Okay, it would be blank, because blank, that could be one of them that you'd answer. Or it could be the career and employability skill I am the best at is what, because why. Okay, please do complete sentences. When you're done, I want you to continue playing the typing game until that bell goes off, and then I will tell you to log off, get your stuff around, and be ready to leave. Thank you for being great students today, and I hope you have a great afternoon. Goodbye.